Hey guys, it's me, Dr. Ree, and in this video, we are going to explore the integument system. This system surrounds you both literally and metaphorically speaking. If you look in the mirror, you see it. If you look anywhere on your body, you see it. And if you look around you in the outside world, you see it. The integumentary system is composed of skin, hair, nails, sweat and sebaceous glands, subcutaneous tissue and deep fascia, and musculocutaneous junctions. We are going to keep our focus in lab on skin. The skin is the largest component of this system. It is an extensive sensory organ which forms an outer protective coat around the entire external surface of the body. In fact, it is the largest organ of the human body. The skin is made up of the epidermis and dermis. The epidermis is anatomically organized into layers. There are a total of 5 possible layers of skin, but only thick skin which is found on the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet, have all 5. Let's start at the bottom. The stratum basale is the deepest epidermal layer and is a single layer of cells, as you can see here. Melanin, which gives pigment to skin, is most concentrated at this level through melanocytes. Next is the stratum spinosum, which has several layers of keratinocytes that give a spiny appearance. Following that is stratum granulosum, which consists of 3 to 5 layers of cells that appear to be granular and are darker histologically. Stratum lucidum is only found in thick skin and consists of 2 to 3 layers of dead cells that contain translucent proteins called ellatin. Lastly, stratum corneum is the most superficial layer and consists of 20 to 30 layers of dead scaly keratinocytes. Deep to the superficial epidermis is the dermis. The dermis is made up of dense irregular connective tissue and divided into 2 regions, the papillary and the reticular area. The papillary layer is superficial to the reticular area and has finger-like projections called dermal papillae that attach to the epidermis. Pain receptors, also known as free nerve endings, and touch receptors, also known as Meissner corpuscles and Merkel cells, are found here as well in this dermal area. The reticular area, or layer, is the deepest layer of skin and is composed of dense irregular connective tissue and contains arteries and veins, sweat and sebaceous glands, and pressure receptors called Pacinian corpuscles. Below the skin, below the epidermis and dermis, is the hypodermis. The hypodermis is not part of the skin, but it is made up of subcutaneous tissue and fat and is part of the integumentary system. Now, let's look at these layers histologically. In this picture, we're looking at the epidermis, and we're actually looking at the epidermis of thick skin. Thick skin meaning it has all 5 layers. Those are going to be found in the palms of the hands or the soles of the feet. Now, when we look here, I want you to look at the different layers and see that we have this little tiny dark layer at the very end, that's the basale. Then we have our spinosum that's in between the kind of 2 different dark areas. Lucidum is going to be this area that's kind of a little bit blue, has a little translucent blue kind of color hue. It gets that because the stain really grabs onto the proteins that are found in the lucidum area. And then that top area is the corneum. Here's another picture. This one is also just looking at the various different layers. You can really see where the epidermis is versus where the dermal layers are. The epidermis definitely has this more stratified, squamous look as compared to the dense, irregular appearance of the dermal layer. Now this last image is looking closer in at the bottom 2 layers, so the spinosum and the basale, and we see these melanocytes. They kind of have a white and then a really dark nucleus in the middle when we look at an image, and that is going to create melanin, and that's what gives pigment to skin. Now besides skin, some other organs that we have within the integumentary system are hair and nails. Hairs are found all over the body surface. There are 2 primary regions, the hair shaft, which is the above the surface, and the hair root, which is below the surface, and embedded in that hair root is embedded into a hair follicle. The hair follicle is made up of epidermal and dermal cells and is like a sac that the hair grows from. Nails are also part of the integumentary system. They are derivatives of epidermis, and you'll discuss more specifics on both hair and nails in lecture. This video is for educational purposes only, and the information provided is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. If you have any questions, please contact me via email, come to Open Lab Thursdays 5 to 8 p.m., or my office hours Wednesdays and Thursdays 2 to 4.